Hi everyone, welcome to LearnNCode. In the previous session, we have started the concept of string formatting. At the same time, we have discussed all string formatting functions in Python. In today's session, we are going to start the topic called string methods in Python. There are approximately 45 built-in string methods in Python. In today's session, we are going to discuss some of the important string methods in Python. Let us discuss each and everything. Now we are going to discuss the first string method called strip. What is the main function of the strip? Please understand that the strip method is used for removing, it is generally used for removing all leading, at the same time trailing white spaces. This is very important. This is the general usage of strip function, white spaces in a given string. This is the simple definition of strip. Now, what are the kinds of strip methods? After discussing the strip, next we are going to discuss lstrip, after that rstrip. First, we will see the example for strip. And let us go to the Python shell. At this Python shell, you give a string. After double quotes, you can use single quotes or double quotes. After double quotes, I'm giving some space. After giving the space, I'm typing the string learn9code. This is a string I have given. After typing this string, again I'm giving some spaces. Assume that here I have three spaces, leading three spaces, and here also I have trailing three spaces. Now, after mentioning this string with spaces, now you put dot. After this dot, you apply the function strip and parenthesis. Once you press the enter, now the result we are going to get here is in single quotes, we are going to get the string learn9code. What about these leading three white spaces? At the same time, the trailing three spaces, those are removed. This is the main function of this strip method. Now, not only removing the leading spaces at the same time trailing spaces, the strip method is also used to remove the characters. Maybe the leading characters as well as the trailing characters. That we will see as a second example. Now let us take an example at Python shell. In double quotes, I'm mentioning three stars, star, star. After that, I'm typing the string learn and code. After that, again, I'm typing three stars, double quotes close, and put dot. After this, I'm using the method strip. In brackets, again, I'm using in single quotes the character star. Once you press enter, what happens? First, it is going to compare this star from the starting position. Is there is a match? Yes. When there is a match, this star will be removed. Next, it is going to check the second character. Again, there is a match. It is removed. Next, third character. This is also removed. After completing the leading stars, now it moves from the end. Again, there is a match with a star. This is removed from the end. Second, this star is also removed. And this star is also removed. And we are going to get the output learn and code in single quotes. This is the way to remove the leading at the same time the trailing characters. This is another function of the strip method. Let us take another example. In double quotes, here I am typing the string learn and code, double quotes. After that, I am using the method strip. In single quotes, I am going to use more than one character, not only star. I am using the characters like this. Whenever you press enter, what happens here is, see how many characters are there? Three characters. It is going to compare these any one of these three characters from the starting first. If there is no match, then it is going to start from the end. Let us take the first character L. L is matched here. Then L is removed. Next, you take the second character E. Is E is available in this mentioned strip method? Yes. E also removed. Next, third character is E. Sorry, A. It is not there in LDE. So whenever there is no match, here it is stopped from searching from the leading characters. After that, it is going to start from the ending. E is there, E is matched here. Yes, this is removed. Next, D is also matched here. D also removed. Now here, while you move from right to left, here there is an O. O is not there in LD. So at this place, it is going to stop, and the output you are going to get is L, E are already deleted. Now you are going to get A, R, N, N, C, O. This is the output that is displayed in single quotes. This how we are going to remove the characters in a string by using the strip method. Another important thing you should note here is, let us take an example at Python shell. Here I am giving some spaces, 3 spaces. After that, learn and code, the same example we have already seen. Again, I'm giving 3 spaces. After this, I'm going to use the method strip, and in parenthesis, just I'm writing this single quotes. Even I'm not giving one empty space, just I'm mentioning single quotes like this. When you press enter, what happened? We are going to get the string as is. Learn and code with 3 leading spaces at the same time. 3 in single quotes it will be displayed. As it is, the string will be displayed. The spaces will not be removed. Why? Because here we are not mentioning at least one space here. If there is no single quotes here, then these leading 3 spaces, trailing 3 spaces will be removed. But here, when you mention the single quotes without mentioning any space, then the string will be printed as it is. This is very, very important. After this, next we are going to discuss the second variation of strip, that is called lstrip. What do you mean by lstrip? L stands for the left. The important distinction is it is going to talk about only the leading spaces, at the same time leading characters. It is not going to talk about the trailing spaces. When you talk about the strip method, it is going to look after both the leading white spaces, leading characters, and trailing white spaces and trailing characters. Those can be removed. But by using lstrip, only the leading spaces, at the same time leading characters can be removed. That is only the difference. Let us take an example. Here at Python shell, I'm going to use a string like this. Here I'm giving 3 spaces. After that, I'm going to type the string LearnNCode, double quotes close, dot lstrip. And here I'm giving empty parenthesis. Now, once you press enter, now you are going to get in single quotes LearnNCode. This we are going to get. Now, when you observe this another example, 3 spaces LearnNCode, I'm going to give spaces, leading 3 spaces, at the same time trailing white spaces dot, and I'm going to apply lstrip. In this case, what happened? Only these 3 leading spaces will be removed. These 3 trailing spaces will not be removed. Now, what you are going to get? The output you are going to get is learn and code spaces, single quotes, and single quotes. This is the output we are going to get. Now, instead of using ordinary lstrip, when you mention like this, if you want to remove the leading characters, it is also possible. See here, I'm writing in double quotes. Here I'm writing star, star, 3 stars, learn and code. Same example I'm using. Here, if you mention star, star here, double quotes, and here I'm going to mention lstrip. In single quotes, I'm mentioning the star. In this case, whenever you press enter, what happened? These 3 leading characters will be removed, and you are going to get the output in single quotes as learn and code, and 3 stars will be displayed as it is. Why? Because these are the trailing characters will not be removed. So if you want to remove these only trailing characters, then we are going for rstrip. R stands for the right. Same example I can take that. Assume that at Python shell, just here I'm writing star, star, 3 stars. Here I'm writing learn and code, and again I'm using 3 stars. After that, if I use rstrip, then when you press enter, now you are going to get learn and code. Okay, leading three stars will remain as is, and the trailing three spaces will be removed. Similarly, when you talk about like this, learn and code, double quotes, here dot rstrip, here I'm going to use the characters D. In this case, what happened when you press enter key, it is the right strip, right? If it is the L strip, it is going to search from the leading space, so from the beginning. But when you use R strip, it is going to compare the characters DE from the end. See here, the first character is E, E is there here. Next to D, D is also there here. Now E is removed and D is removed. And whenever you get O, it is going to stop. Why? Because there is no match. Now the output you are going to get here is learn CO. DE will be removed. Okay. Now instead of using DE, for example, if you mention learn and code, double quotes, if you mention L strip, and if you mention here, assume that LE, for example, in this case, LE, these characters are compared from the beginning. You take from the leading character L, L is matched here. This is removed. E also matched here. E is removed. Whenever we encounter A is not matched, then it is going to stop. And the string you are going to get here is ARNNCODE. Okay, this is the differentiation between L strip and R strip. So this is the variations of strip method. Next, we are going to see the split method. Now we are going to see the method called split. What is the main use of split? Split is a method which is used to split a string. Split a string, splitting in the sense dividing a given string, into a list, of items, or we can say into a list. Now, what is the syntax? Coming to the syntax, first you have to take a string, right? After that, mention dot, and you apply the method called split. In bracket, you have to mention separator. After separator, you have to mention maximum count or max split. Maximum count for the split. How many number of splits you are going to have. After that, you have to press enter. Let us take an example. So go to the Python shell. At this, you type the string like this in double quotes. I'm going to type learn. After that, I'm typing hash. Learn hash. Again n hash. Learn, and again I'm typing code. After that hash. And next I'm going to type the string hello. And I'm closing it in double quotes. After this dot, just you type split. Now, what is the separator here I'm going to use? The separator here I'm using is hash. And the maximum split, the count for maximum split is 2. Now I'm going to press enter. Then what happened? See here, by default, the split is going to move from the beginning, means from the left. To split a string into the list from the left, there is no L split. Why? Because split by default comes from the left. But we have separately R split to split a string into the list of items from the right, that we will see. But there is no L split. Please remember this. Now, whenever we enter here, it is going to compare hash as the separator with the first character L. Okay, it is not hash. Okay, next LEARN. Here we have encountered hash. Whenever we encounter the first hash, this indicates learn as the first item. Okay, in single quotes, the first item is learn, comma. Next, it is going to take second hash. Before second hash, what is there? N. N becomes the second list of items. Okay. Now, after encountering the second one, the count we have reached is 2. What about the remaining thing? Now, remaining thing will be displayed as is as the third item. Now, comma, we are going to get the third item like this, code hash hello. This is the third item we are going to get. This is the output. Learn is the first one, n is the second one. So after encountering the second hash, the last one is displayed as the third item. Okay. Here there is no split. It is printed as a third item. If you use the maximum split count 3, then code is displayed as the third item, and next hello will be displayed in the next. So this is how the split can be done. Now when you take the method called rsplit, then what happens? For the same example, if you apply rsplit, what is the example we have taken? In double quotes, we have typed learn hash n hash core hash hello. So in this example, if you apply rsplit, it is going to come from the right. Okay, here we are using the separator in single quotes. After that, same count I'm using. In this case, what happened? First, it moves from the end. Here, hash, first match, next code. This is the second match. So the first item here in the list, from the right, we are going to get hello. This is the item, first item, and next code is the second item. Okay. Now, what about this? For this, we are not going to apply any kind of split. Why? Because the count is 2 only. So whenever it encounters the second hash from the right to left, then after displaying the first this item hello here and code here, now this will be displayed as the first item as it is learn hash n. So this is the output of applying or split. So this is a simple discussion about split and or split. Now we are going to see the next method, join. Why we are using join? It is used to join the elements of an iterable. Join the elements of an iterable. Important word I'm going to use here is iterable. What do you mean by an iterable? An iterable is nothing but any object which is going to return its members one at a time. Means it is having the capability to return the elements one at a time. Examples for the iterable you can take as list, you can take set, you can take the example tuple, and also the dictionary. These are the examples of iterable. Why? Because they are going to return the members one at a time. Now, when we want to join the elements of list or set or tuple or the dictionary, then we are going to use the concept of join. So what is the mean by the syntax? How we can use the join? Just you have to use the separator. First thing you have to mention the separator dot. After mentioning the separator, you have to use the method join. In bracket, you have to mention iterable. Means it can be a list, it can be a set, it can be a dictionary, right? It can be a tuple. Example, for example, go to the Python shell. Now we have assume that the list L1, in the list we have L comma space some space E comma some space A comma some space R comma space some N. Assume that this is the list. Now when you apply separator, the separator here, just I'm writing a single quotes. Even I'm not mentioning empty space. After this, if I write join in bracket, if I use the iterable L1, now after pressing enter, what we are going to get here is we are going to get in single quotes learn. In single quotes, we are going to get learn. What about these empty spaces? These empty spaces are not counted. Why? Because here we didn't use even one empty space. Right? So that's why we got only in single quotes learn. Now let us take an example at Python shell. Here I'm writing like this. The separator here I'm going to give some space here. In the previous example, I didn't mention even a single space. Dot, I'm using the method join. I'm taking the iterable L1, previous example. Once you press enter, what happened? It is going to display in single quotes L space E space A space R space N and single quotes. In the previous example, we didn't get the output with spaces, right? Now, let us take another example. Take the list L2 is equals to, in square brackets, I'm going to mention first string I'm going to give you like this. First item, learn, comma, space. Next item is N, comma, space. Here I'm using single quotes, and this is the second iterable or second list L2. Now here I'm going to use separator as the empty space and dot join. Next I'm going to use iterable L2 and I'm going to press enter. So in this case, what I'm going to get here is, now in single quotes, I'm going to get learn and space N space core. So this is how we are going to join these spaces. Okay. Now, for example, if you take another example, L3 is equals to, here I'm writing in single quotes, name, okay, space, comma, name of, comma, space. Here I'm writing comma, here I'm writing person. Here, in this case, if I mention the separator hyphen in single quotes, dot join, and if you mention the iterable L3 and when you press enter, we are going to get like this. Name hyphen of, see here, we have to mention here name of hyphen a hyphen person. So this how the elements of the iterable can be joined. This is about the join method. Not only this, you can take any example. For example, I'm taking the dictionary. Let us take the dictionary D is equals to. Here I'm going to mention in single quotes name. Here I'm writing name is Reno. This is the name. Okay, comma. Here I'm going to mention the country. Okay, what is the country? Here in single quotes I'm using India. Okay, this is the dictionary. Now, if I apply this Python shell, here I'm using the separator is and dot. If I write join and if you mention the dictionary D, then in this case, what we are going to get here is, we are going to get the first one is name and separator is joined with country. This is how the join is going to work. With this, I'm going to complete the today's session. In the next session, we are going to see the more methods at the same time, the practical implementation of the string methods. With this, I'm going to close the session. Thank you very much for watching.